Let's go, we better not waste any time. I do like that at least we can talk to him. But how do I get to the mall? Upwards? Northern Plateau? Cow's house, they're not home right now. I don't think this is it. No. Key doesn't fit into the lock. Maybe it was the same direction as his house. And I'm stupid. Or downwards. Lily's Crossing. Back to some rainy weather. Okay, we got ourselves a battle. That's the one who lied to us about the weather. Get her. Oh no. Yesterday's weather report is paying back. It's a small thing, but the like the difference between the battle background, it's just the default one versus like an actual outdoor one, which it should be, especially given the weather. Fake cow. I didn't visit the Pokemon Center. But after this battle, I should get healed unless they purposefully debuffed how double partner is work, which I think they must have if I wasn't healed already. Which is annoying. I always like the buff of instantly healing when you have a double partner. I do like that we have XP all at least. That's good. Okay, my Emerald, who's nearly dead, get out here. Encore, that's not bad. Nice. We get to level up. I think Levany is a Leaf Stone anyway. We might actually not be able to get that. Okay, no, we do get healed between battles. That's good. A Water Stone. Okay, no, maybe we will. If they're putting a Water Stone, they probably think to put in a Leaf Stone. So we probably will get a ominous text. Probably will get a Leaf Stone. Oh, hey, are you never this again? I assume so, because you work alone, right? The other weird issue, never this again, was the game started in debug mode by default. I had to turn it off, but I guess it's a very minor thing. I think you just left it in when you were doing debugs, playtest and stuff. Or maybe you left it on just so that the player could unstuck themselves. Yeah, in the script, I went into the game thing and I edited it, but in the script it just said debug equals true. I'm guessing you did that at some point and forgot to turn it off. But it means when you start the game, because it's in debug mode, it skips the title screen, which felt very, very strange. Yeah. But that's all. Because of that, I don't know if you'll rewind to watch the earlier part of the VOD, but a very funny moment at the start of the stream. Like that problem with debug mode combined with the fact that like the game name is Pokemon Essentials. When I started the game, I thought I had accidentally or you had accidentally uploaded just like base essentials. Especially because like after the intro it launches you into the default essentials house. I was like, oh god, I need to check that I've downloaded the right game, or that like maybe I need to download the older copy because the new update's broken. But then I realized, I looked at like the map and I was like, wait, actually this is intentional. I've been got. and it's quite funny. I did think that was like quite a funny way to do the intro, but it is really confusing for anyone who has made a game in Essentials, because you see that Professor Oak, you see the Marill come out, and you're thinking like, wait a minute, this can't be right. This isn't a game about a weather lady. But then you sit down at the TV and you watch, and you're like, ah, that's cool. But I did get tricked, and I thought the game was broken, but it was not. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. It's been very charming. I like all the little flavor text. That's always like something that I like about your games, and this seems to be doing it too. And all the characters and like the way they talk to each other. It's all been nice. This little psychic lady was a bit tougher than some of others, eh? But we got through it. Intention for the intro is to trick you into thinking. Yeah, yeah. I can imagine that. I can imagine if like a normal Pokemon fan game fan plays this blind and they haven't like touched Essentials, they'll probably start and think like, oh, okay, this is another like 8 gym game. I'm gonna play as Red. I'm gonna beat the Pokemon gyms, and then they'll be like, whoa. But yeah, I think it's just because of like the debug mode as well, skipping the title screen. It already got me into the mindset of expecting something to be broken. I like that our Mudray has evolved so quickly. We got ourselves a Mudsdale. So she mentioned that, I'm guessing this is Candlelight Cave. The passage was going to, well, she thought the passage would be straight, but it was not. Light will bring life. Do I need to turn on the lamps? Oh my god, I'm a genius. And then... Oh? Really? Okay. Let's go this way. Oh, but maybe I need to turn them like all on. Maybe there's another room somewhere. Oh, this is a big place. Bottom left. Oh, okay. I think I understand what's happening. It is a big place, though. Revive, that's a good item to have. I just want to go to the mall. I'm not in the mood for riddles. That is true. It's quite inconvenient for these poor townspeople. What Vivillon is that? I've never seen that Vivillon form. I wonder what country it's for. It's quite inconvenient for these poor townspeople that every time they want to go shopping at the mall, they need to pass through some sort of psychic cave. I'd hope whoever runs the cave, even though caves aren't really run by managers, I'd like to think that they change the riddle daily. So you can't just learn it once and go back and forth as much as you want. They're not going to give you that easy way out. You have to actually put in the effort each time you want to go shopping. Oh, you're kidding me. Low kicks, how did you survive that? Burn will finish you off at least. Nice Garnet. Lava Plume. I'm hoping you're a special attacker. It might be like half-half. Nice. Oh, we got more bug boys on the way. Okay, but this should be fine. A Lava Plume attacks everybody, which is not good for my friend Lou, but who cares about him? Maybe Fire Punch was better damage-wise. I'm sorry that you can't go to the mall, Chrissy. Let's check out Pokemon. Special attack and attack are the same. So Lava Plume was the way to go. Bottom right. I wonder... No, it's not about the order. It seems like there's probably 3 lamps that we need to turn on. And 1 off. You have bottom left, bottom right. We do have a handful of repels, maybe. Now would be a decent time to pop them. Oh no, it's okay. Seems like cave encounter rate, thank god, has been edited slightly. Or probably more than slightly, because normally cave encounters don't go this easily. Which is very nice to see. Because most of the time, even when people change the... What is this guy on? Even when people change the cave encounter rate, it still feels like shit, just because that's how bad it is. But this feels fine enough. I just walked through like a fairly big open space, and I only had like 3 encounters. Yeah, yeah. There you go. It feels like it. I'm glad. I like it. I've got no complaints. And you've pumped us full of repels, so it's fine. Good job. You've done what 99% of game devs can't do. Make caves not absolute hell. Like recently I played Abyssal Shroud, and that has default cave encounters, and it has them in like a very... I guess it's not like a big cave, but you need to do a lot of walking. And it feels horrible for cave encounters in that place. And I remember I played it, I was like, this is rough, but luckily the game has fast forward. And then I watched Efi play it, and Efi was like absolutely not having it. And even though, again, the game had fast forward, so you could skip through most of them, but just like, even with fast forward, in fact, I think fast forward kind of made the insanity of it more apparent, because you were going through these battles in like 1 second, and it was just battle after battle after battle, and I was like, damn. And that game was meant to have like a free repel system where you could just turn it on and off in the menu, but it didn't work. I'm guessing because they had it replicate base repels instead of max repels. And so that kind of was like a spit in the face. They're like, hey, we wanted to let you turn repels on because of these cave encounters do suck, but it doesn't work. So the only one that hasn't been named is top left. So, honestly, I'm surprised. I could have totally done this by accident. If we're starting with our big man Golett, let's put in Emerald. Oh my god, we're genius. We solved the puzzle. Okay, we don't actually have to fight him. Not yet, at least. Not yet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first star was the first to dance and the first to fall. Dance is no longer. Order might matter for this puzzle, but we can turn the first one on, but we might have to turn it off later. It's crazy how even with the encounter rate at the literal minimum, I'm going to turn on user repel here because I don't think I care about catching any of these Pokemon. Even with the encounter rate at the absolute minimum, like, you still get encounters surprisingly often for what is the absolute minimum. It's not like at a rate that's annoying, but it's like, wow. Knowing that you turned it all the way down and I'm still getting encounters like that, it's kind of crazy. 2 of the stars dance together. They let no darkness come between them. Okay, so there's two next to each other that are on. Oh, is it because I'm leading with a low-level Pokemon? Who am I leading with? Emerald, right? Maybe we should take on this fight so that we get some XP and the max repel works. Or I could just change to Horseman or something. I do like that at least every Pokemon I've caught so far has good, like, double battle moves. I don't know if you had to do that customly, if you actually edited their movesets, so it's just how it worked out. But it is nice. Because we've got Discharge, we've got Lava Plume, we've got Razor Leaf, and we've got, I don't know if we have it yet, but at some point we'll get Earthquake. Spiky Shield. Does he know Spiky Shield by default? I thought that was like a... No, it's not a Chestnut move, but I thought it was. Maybe it used to be. Okay, let's do Garnet. Hopefully it doesn't have anything like Flash Flare or whatever it's called. Flare Flash? No, we're good. Can you do a little bit more damage, Buffalound? I know you're burned, but like... Nah, it's okay. Oh, you've got Vitrigo, that makes sense. I could have seen that happening. Little nasty plot. You're a smart little monkey. You're setting up. Oh my gosh, you know Synthesis and Spiky Shield? You suck, green monkey. Thank you, Buffalound, for finishing him off. Should I switch to Topaz? Or can I trust you to finish? Let's switch to Topaz. Oh, never this again. If you're still here, what do you vaguely... Oh, Lou only has Buffalound. I should be a little bit careful then. What do you estimate to be the length of this game? How long is the ride that I'm in for? I know I haven't really done much at the moment. 5 max repels, so really tell me it's okay. The final star mourns a loss. It never dances, but shines directly in solitude. Yeah, I've been very slow. Okay, but maybe like 2 hours, 2 hours and a half for me. Oh, because you heal me, my weak Emerald is still in the first place. Yeah. Let's change my party order so we don't get attacked. So that's all the clues I'm getting. Okay. Two dance together. Final one dances in solitude. So I think that means that you don't have anything next to you. But if I put these two together, it wouldn't be 2 together, it'd be 3 together. But then they say that the first one dies out? The first to light and the first to fade. Does that matter? I guess so. I don't know if I needed to turn it on in the first plate or if having it off the whole time would have still worked. But we did do it first and then killed it last. I'm doing too much random walking around. I'm wasting my repo. Okay, we've got a holy mackerel. Okay. Okay. What's on the menu? The 5 tribes worshipped the crown so much so they warred over ownership of the night sky. When the dust had settled, only 2 tribes remained. So what I'm getting from that is that we only need to turn on 2 lights, so it's going to be about figuring out which 2. The lodestar shone green. Oh, brightest at noon. The other stars would rather. Other stars would rather. Other stars would rather besides it. Together, the 6 brightest of them formed the crown of the sky. Shining at noon tells me that, I think. The one on the right tells me we'd only need to light 1 more lantern. We have them all. That's all the clues we get? I'm not sure what the one on the left had a lot of text. I don't know if that's. I can, if it is only 2, I can trial and error it. But I think there's more clues here, right? The lodestar. I'm gonna Google what a lodestar means. Lodestar definition from Destiny 2. No, a star that is used to guide. Okay, it's like the guidance star, whatever. I don't think that matters. Shown brightest at noon. So I think that top one's correct. But other stars would rather besides it. Together, the 6 brightest of them form the crown of the sky. So I think that last thing about the 6 of them forming the sky is because you probably read this one first. And then this one talks about the crown. So it's talking about these stars formed the crown. And then they fought over the night sky because these made the night sky, is what it was saying. When the dust had settled, only 2 tribes remained. I feel like I don't have a clue about the second one. You talked about like the brightest being at noon. I don't think there's encounters in this room. It could be like. No. Besides it? Like what? It's one of the other ones besides it? There are encounters. No, it can't. I've. Ooh. I wonder if... Let's turn the repel back on. I wonder if there's like a sequence to it. So first, starting with the one at noon, we need to light them all. How am I meant to know which two tribes remained? Or maybe it doesn't matter? Maybe as long as... But it's not about the tribes, is it? The 5 tribes, not 6. So the stars don't die at the end of the war. Is it just about lighting them all? But maybe the brightest new one plus the 2 besides it, because the text mentioned besides. Are these all the clues I'm getting? Never this again? Is there like another hidden tablet somewhere? I mean, only mentions this one being the brightest. It doesn't mention it like staying. That's all. Well, fuck me. The lodestar? I'm doing the top one because I'm assuming it being a circle, it talking about shining brightest at noon. It gives me the vibe that that's noon, that's 12 o'clock. The other stars would rather besides this. I don't even know what that means. Like the other stars would want to be next to it? Or they wouldn't want to be next to it? Gav, it's a G. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I can't read. Yeah, that makes sense. I can see the R in stars. Why did I think that was an R? Well, gather besides it. Together, 6 brightest. Maybe I need to like do it in the order going outwards from the northmost one. I'm burning through these repels quickly with this puzzle. Okay, and then step 2. The 5 tribes worshipped the crown. So much so they warred over ownership of the night sky. When the dust had settled, only 2 tribes remained. I don't know what to think of that, because I understand that the stars and the tribes fighting over them are separate. But in terms of the numbers of only 2 tribes remaining, I don't know how to translate that to the stars when there's 6 that make the crown. And even if I had a number, that wouldn't tell me which were remaining. So I think I'm looking at the wrong thing. What in that could possibly give me a location? Nothing in that clue signifies like a location, right? 5 tribes worshipped the crown. Unless it means like only 2 remained. Means like 2 if you read clockwise. No. I think I need to. Can I know? Are there like steps to it? So, for example, I guess all you need to tell me for the last puzzle, it said that the first one turned off first and then it turned off last. Did that actually matter? Or could I have just kept it off the whole time? Like, does it only check the final output? Or there are steps? Only the final output? That makes it slightly easier to trial and error. It only checks the final formation. So all of them gathering and forming the crown. I don't need to bother doing that. The point is the ending. So with that in mind, I feel like I want to take sentences. I think I'm thinking too much about the context of the story. I think it talking about the brightest being at noon. You know, the next text doesn't say anything like, "Oh, only the brightest survives." But I think the fact that it talks about the one at noon means I probably want it on. And I think the context of only 2 remained, I think I don't need to think about the tribes in the context. Because really the tribes are separated from the night sky. I think the clue is only 2 remained. But I mean, the other thing, like, if I'm just taking random sentences out, because this doesn't work, I've tried this, right? Like, it talked about stars gathering besides. So maybe the 2 that can actually be besides themselves? Do you have a clue for me, Lou? Better not waste any time. How much time have I wasted here? I don't know. I'm really running out of ideas. Like I've the Lodestar. Oh, shut up, bot. How were you made in 2020 and you're still out here being a bot without being banned? How do you do that? A Lodestar. Do I need to think about the Lodestar? Sorry. That's what I was thinking too, Geoswag. Like, this is like the safest one, right? How are you doing, by the way? But then this is the clue that I get lost on. The 5 tribes worshipped the crown, so much so they warred over ownership of the night sky. When the dust had settled, only 2 tribes remained. I would think that means only 2 stars, right? And I tried trial and error. You think 2 other than the top? Because I would think that means 2 in total. But when I tried my 2 in total and keeping the top idea with trial and error, it didn't work. It did also mention like the stars gathered besides, which maybe means that they need to be like 3 connected in a line. No? Or like maybe only 2 of them need to be connected? Really? That's all of that trial and error, right? I mean, maybe you're right about 3 total. And then the 5 not at noon represent the 5 tribes, and then the only 2 tribes remaining makes sense. So it's the 1 at noon and 2 more. Well, what combinations of that haven't I tried? This? I don't think you're supposed to have to trial and error. I think every part in the formation is clued in. Ah, like, holy shit, I cannot find any more clues in the text. Like, there has to be something in there that is a clue that I'm completely missing. And I'm not like interpreting it the way it's meant to be interpreted, or I'm not even seeing it as a clue when it is a clue. Let's do one more run over. The lodestar showing brightest at noon. That definitely feels like a clue. You could interpret it as the new one in the clock formation having to be on. Is there any other way to interpret it? I don't think so. I think there's no other way you could interpret it. The other stars would gather besides it. So that would make me think maybe the other stars that have to be on have to be next to the 12 o'clock one, or just the other stars have to be next to each other. But if we do that with the 2 remaining clue, we tried any possible answer, I believe, so it can't be that. Together, the 6 brightest of them formed the crown of the sky. I mean, the thing is, right? To me, it doesn't seem like you made it too hard. To me, it seems like the clues just don't exist. It seems like the information is not there. But obviously, like, you're not looking at it and be like, oh crap, I made a mistake. I forgot to tell them a clue that gives away that one detail. It could be. But, like, if we say that first clue is lore, then what clues do we have? We have the 2 one, the only 2 remains? That's all we have? Like, there has to be more, right? I'm guessing, like, never this again. I'm guessing there are, all the information is on the test, right? Like, there's no guesswork needed. If you interpret these clues how they're supposed to be interpreted, you can find out all the information you need. But, like, that just seems so impossible to me. Because I'm looking at this, I'm like, what information? Like, I'm looking at a text, and it just looks like there's nothing written on the paper. But obviously there must be. Like, what? What am I missing? This just says ICU, but I don't think it. But if I say there's not much information needed. So this is the thing, right? Only 2 tribes remained. I think there's 2 ways to interpret it. The most obvious is that it's saying, hey, turn on 2 lights. You only need 2 lights. The other way to interpret it is that it's talking about like clock positions, or just like, because I tried this one, right? I tried only this one. Could be like clock hands. Like, I need to turn on 2 lights, and together the clock hands are gonna make a time, but I don't think that's gonna be it. So it's not only the second one. What it could be is that like the top one saying it's noon, so like 0. Then that one that I thought was 2 is actually 1, and so this would be 2? It can't be anything about the patterns on the ground. I'm not seeing anything. If I think clock hands, the only clock hands we get, the only time we're given it is noon. God, what the hell is it? It's not even like I'm having to dig through an essay to try to find the clues. There's only like 6 lines of dialogue. It shouldn't be that hard. I'm worried that just a hint will give it away, but I think I need a hint at this point. Like, I'm completely out of ideas. I haven't misread anything, I don't think. I misread Gather, but you pointed that out to me. Like, yeah, I think I need a hint. Much of the text is fluff. You only need 1 sentence and 3 words. That's insane to me, man. The only other thing... 1 sentence and 3 words. Okay. What it could be is it saying, hey, this is noon. So think like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it runs that way. Only 2 remain. These would be the last 2 in that sequence. No. What the... I'm guessing the 3 words are only 2 remained. And the sentence... I'm going to run out of repels. And the sentence is... the lodestar shown brightest at noon. Am I correct with that? Can you confirm this is the information I need? Only 2 remained. And the lodestar... 2, 5, and something else? This is the sentence. Okay. Oh, you're so right, Geoswag. Wait a minute, you're so right. 6. 6, 2, and 5. Unless it's saying this is 12 and this is 1. 1. Wait, but we've tried this before. This would be 6, 2. No, this would be... Unless we count that as 1. Wait, we'll try. Okay, so that's counting that as 6. Let's count this as 1. Which means this is 2. Which means this is 6 and 5. Come on, please. Holy... Yeah, God, holy... Thank you for the clues. I don't know what to, like, say about that, because I don't think it's, like, bad. And it is optional, so it's really not, like, that bad at all. I don't... And... Oh, wow. Whoa. Okay, I understand. So I have to choose between Electivire and Magmortar. That's kind of fucked. I'm gonna go with Electivire. Because that is, like, totally, like, a puzzle idea, right? Like, you hid 3 numbers in the text. So it's like, hey, figure that out. Figuring out the position that it starts from noon. The problem is, like, I don't know how I would improve it. Like, I think if you bold the numbers, that's maybe too obvious. But if you don't bold the numbers, I think it's impossible. I think yeah, but I think the clock clue was needed so that we knew where to start counting from. What was the exact... Like the idea was that it says it started at noon and then the others gathered besides it. I guess the key point is, like, yeah, starting at noon, so this is going to be 1. Yeah, I just... Because obviously I think that was too difficult. I don't think there are many people who will be able to figure that out by themselves. But then at the same time, I don't really know how to improve it. And I think you... Like, the idea of having, like, this riddle and having, like, these numbers that you need to pick up on, and those are, like, the key to the riddle. I think that's cool. But I really don't know how to make it more obvious without making... Why is there a toilet? That's true. I think that's a good idea, Geoswag. The problem is, if you have another plate that says, like, at the end only 3 stars shown or something, then that's another number, and you're like, wait a second, which numbers mean which? So you obviously can't do that. Or maybe a bit too, like, awkward would be literally limiting it so that you could only light 3 lanterns. Like, if you tried to turn on a 4th lantern, the game would just say, no, you can't light any more lanterns. But I don't know about that. I think if you don't mind making it too easy, I think coloring the numbers or bolding the text That's true. Something like the Golok says it's too dry or something.